think I just heard Rook breaking some stuff in there. You okay, buddy? You look wet. That status next to his health bar means he's very wet. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dragon's Dogma, where, episode 4, we are already planning on leaving this starting area.
Word is the fishmonger here is also learned in medicinal herbs.
Obviously, I'm going to look around just a little bit first because we're starting the episode and I'm still talking. But, yeah, we're already heading out. We are definitely going to be back. There are more quests that are going to open up fairly soon for us. There's stuff that we can accomplish right now. At the moment, all I really need to worry about is whether or not it's going to be nighttime. And it is kind of dark, so I guess I can investigate a bit, but I don't think it's dark enough yet. I think it needs to be much later. But at nighttime, there is a thing over here that we need to collect for a quest that is only available during nighttime. And if it is not available at the moment, we can come back for it later. In the meantime, I'm going to kill a bird. Maybe he'll drop an egg for me. We got another egg earlier from a nest. I think I see something. Did he drop something? He did not. Just some fish, though. Give me fish. Now I'm wet. Small fish. There are large fish, too. I don't know what the ratio is. If they're available here, I'll probably have had it on screen already, but at the moment, nothing. Also, it seems that the thing I was coming here to look for is not here yet, so we need it to be darker. One way to make it darker a lot faster is to leave town.
To the encampment. This path should see us there.
Yeah, I mean, true, but... yeah, also save manually often. We'll talk about it later. True, you want to save often, but also... we have a job where we need to hunt some rabbits. And the point of this is not only for appeasing Elmer Fudd. I love that song. The point of this is not only to appease Elmer Fudd, you also want to hunt random animals because they will have stuff that you want to collect. Also, I see a whole frick ton of rabbits. Thank you for the boost, Rook. Hit an enemy with a fire enchanted weapon enough times, there's a chance for them to catch fire unless they have an immunity to it. Quest is successful. We hunted enough rabbits. Goblin's dead. Rabbits are dead. Here's some Sunbright, which is what we need, as well as a Goblin Horn. Need some of this for a quest, though. But I think we need a lot more than that. Bunny? Bunny, bunny, bunny. Thank you.
Goblin!
Where? This is one of the benefits of traveling with the party. They will very vocally tell you that there's something else nearby. Thank you. But seriously, where's the goblin? There he is. I'll get my controls right at some point. He's out there somewhere, on fire, because I can see his health bar flashing. I'm sure they'll be fine. Anyway, is there a treasure chest over here somewhere that we can collect?
Careful, a goblin!
You don't say. There's some greenware, so I'll take that. Not gonna make the joke. You dropping anything for me? Yes, hunk of ore. Awesome. Gentlemen, hello! That looks like it hurts. Let's see if I can take care of that for you. Press button to attack. Thank you. No friendly fire on, not unless you want it to be. In the meantime, I'm going to use my skill Scarlet Kisses to just completely tear into this guy. Wormwood sap, yay! Hunk of ore, yay! Just kind of blew him up, didn't you? Yeah, I'll take a little bit of healing. When foes seem too much to handle, get better equipment. No duh. That's the spell already, thank you. To receive the effects of curative magic, step within the area of the healing light. We've covered this already, but thank you. How's it going?
That was far too close. I'm called Reynard, a traveling salesman, though those damnable beasts ruined my wares. But thanks to you, it was only wares I lost. I'll consider it a bargain. You have my thanks.
Hopefully it won't continue to happen. And he gave us a little cape. You may see peddlers hawking their wares as you make your way around Grancis. They often come across rare items not found at more stationary shops. If you see a peddler, make sure to check what they have to offer. Good advice. Speaking of which, can I talk to you? No, probably not. They want us. He said that they ruined his wares, so they probably don't have anything more. There's some stuff over here. Are you going all the way into Cassidus? Yes, you are. Yeah, you check on that. Pawns will sometimes forage for stuff on their own. Not often, but it does happen. Rabbit's dead. Scrag of Beast. Another Scrag of Beast. And also a whole bunch of mushrooms, which is nice.
I'll take that.
Actually, since we've been playing for a little while, now might be a good time to check out our curatives. See if there is anything. Moldy Carrot. A carrot about to turn foul. Consume it to restore a fair amount of health. This is weird and interesting and kind of silly but fun in the same time. Here's a moldy apple, an apple about to turn foul. Consume it to recover a fair amount of health. At some point, the apple and the carrot are going to go very bad, and then you eat them and you'll lose health. We also have a normal carrot, which consume it to recover a bit of health, but the moldy carrot recovers more. I don't get it. It's weird, but you know what? It's just the way the game works sometimes, so we're just going to go with it. I believe that some stuff like the egg are just going to go bad eventually. But in the meantime, the moldy apple weighs more. I'll just eat that, get all my health back. Not worry about whether it's going to go bad soon. And you might notice that it is actually getting very dark. Very interesting fact about this game and my history in gaming in general. Nighttime in this game was what compelled me to finally get a TV that had an HDMI cable. I am not that much of a caring person when it comes to graphics in games. If they look pretty, that's nice. If they look amazing, that's even better. But for the most part, if I can see what I'm playing, that's fine. That's enough for me. Also, I think I see a rare thing down here. Moonglow. Definitely rare, a nighttime flower. But when I was playing this game on a CRT... I need a pickaxe. When I was playing this game on a CRT, I could not for the life of me see what was around here. I had to use a lantern all the time. And I'm still going to have to use a lantern when it gets dark, just not right now because I can see where we are and what we're doing. But this was the game that finally made me cave and buy a new TV that has an HDMI cable. It's actually the same TV I'm using now, so go figure. Anyway, back into Cassidus. Now that it is officially night, let's go back down to the Cape because that special flower should have spawned in. I feel like there's a decent chance it'll be the Moonglow that we picked up just outside, so we probably don't really need this. But if it's a plant that only spawns at night, and whenever we see more of them later on, we might just have not enough room in our inventory or enough of a care anymore at that point. Yeah, Moonglow. Only here at night. Might as well collect it now. We know it's here, we know it's nighttime, and it's a very timed spawn, so sure, why not pick it up now? But now that we have all the parts we need, I think... Actually, I don't know if we have everything we need. I'm pretty sure we need more of those particular flowers as well. I'll check in with the herb lady, see if we have everything we need, but no. Her quest marker is still yellow, so let's... Do I want to go out? Yeah, I'll go out. It's risky to go out at dark.
To the encampment. This path should see us there.
Now, obviously, in games like this, people are going to say, never travel at night, it's extremely dangerous. But in this particular game, yeah, it is. I made a horrible mistake when I first started playing this game about traveling through a new area in the middle of the night. And it was bad, and we will get into how bad later on. But that was also how I learned that there are some monsters that only come out at night. And I don't mean like goblin-type monsters, I mean nightmare monsters that only appear at night. And they are super dangerous, and it was very dangerous for me. And it was, oh, it's going to be that kind of game, is it? And it is! Fortunately, we have a lantern, and the lantern can help us see us very well. But, I believe... I'm just now remembering this. This looks like gather point. It's not. Alright, fine. Oh, jeez! We got wolves. We got wolves. Wolves are a problem. Wolves are a problem. Wolves are not the weak, care about them never enemy that they are in a bunch of other fantasy games. In this game, wolves and even goblins can be extremely dangerous if you do not take them seriously. Wolves will kill you. Goblins will kill you. The only thing that will not kill you and is never a threat are the seagulls that we fought at the Cassidus Beach. 10 levels from now, wolves may still be very dangerous. This is a game that takes itself seriously enough that if you don't take it seriously, you will die. You will get in big trouble. Even at very high levels, when you can kill these things really quick, there's a chance for them to catch you off guard, get you with a special attack of some sort, and they will do massive damage or inconvenience you in some ways. Right? Like just right there, I tried to like get in a fancy kill by doing a heavy attack just to get a little bit more reach. It wasn't enough, and he knocked me down, and half of my health was gone by that point. Enemies in this game are enemies, consistently enemies. You cannot just ignore them and run by until you are at an extremely high level. For the most part, they will chase you down, and if you are not prepared to deal with them, you're going to take a lot of damage. Your party members may take a lot of damage. They may be killed, and if you are far enough away from them at that point that you can't help them and you don't notice that they've gone down, you're going to lose party members because you weren't paying attention. That's one of the really interesting things about this game that also hooked me into buying it when I was talking to somebody about it. The person in the store, actually, who had played this game a lot. That was one of the selling points for me, was the enemies are not just XP fodder. If they are aggressive and you are not paying attention, they will kill you, they will get you in trouble, they will be a problem. So treat the enemy seriously. This is not an easy game, but it is also not a hard game either. If you know what you did wrong at a point where you die or screw up hugely, you are going to know what you did wrong. That probably sounds redundant, but bear with me here. If someone... how should I phrase this?
Find ore, plants, and other materials at harvest points.
The door? If you... Jeez, how do I want to say this? Actually, I don't know at this point. I'm trying to even think of what I was trying to say in the first place, and I've lost it. I feel like it was a good point, though. Maybe I'll say it again in some other time. However, I can say this much. While we're walking around, looking around, doing some extra stuff, I think I'm going to have to go back to Castardus and rest so that the other flowers will spawn during the daytime now. Which, you know, got screwed out of that, so... Not going to waste time just waiting around for it. This is the game that kind of set a standard for me, and this is going to sound kind of sacrilegious at this point, but it's true. This is the game that, before I played Dark Souls, made Dark Souls boring to me. It's not that I dislike the Dark Souls games, or the Souls games in general. I think that they are really good games, and they're really cool. They definitely have a very important place in gaming, as well as different social circles and gaming circles. They're very good games. However, they've never been good for me, because I played Dragon's Dogma. And this is probably going to sound like a rant, but I swear it's not intended to be a rant, so if it comes across that way, I will apologize now. However, I've just never been able to get into Dark Souls, and every time I have tried, I think of Dragon's Dogma and what that game is like for me.
What can I do you for? You seem tired. So be it.
Yeah, he was slept in a bed. And I very strongly reiterate, I do not think that the Souls games are bad games. They are very good games. I have played them, I have tried very hard to enjoy them, but I don't, and despite that, I can see that the Souls games are very good. They are extremely well made. They're not hard or unfair for the sake of being hard and unfair, though they can certainly come across that way at times. However, get out of here, Goblin. With Dragon's Dogma, it's a different kind of standard, where you can get stylish, you can take it seriously, you can have fun with it however you most prefer to. Just don't treat the game like a joke and you won't get killed viciously. So you can go out in style like this. That's completely pointless. It does a little bit more damage, but it's probably not as good as doing regular light attacks. Have fun with this game. Add in some style. It's hard not to add extra style into these games when you're playing them. But
Morning, afternoon, night,
With Dark Souls, it is take it seriously all the time. You have to know what you're getting into. You have to anticipate stuff. You need to go in expecting to die a few times. And while I am kind of a supporter of the gameplay style of every time you die, you get better at the game, you know how to do better, you get better through failure. When it comes to Dark Souls, where you're just expected to die multiple times before you can get better, it doesn't feel fun to me. And I understand perfectly well, don't get me wrong, I understand very well that there are people who will start Souls games and they will get the hang of them very quickly, and they are entirely capable of playing those games. They find fun in that kind of challenge of learning how to handle particular enemies and how to play the game correctly, in giant air quotes. But I want to play games where I know if I do something wrong, what I'm doing wrong. Did I screw up in the game somehow? I want to know and recognize how I did that. With Dragon's Dogma, if you die, you know why you died. If you make a huge mistake and you get screwed over because of it, you are aware of it. You can go into a very high level encounter you are absolutely not prepared for and still win. But if you don't take it seriously, if you don't put in your best effort, if you make a mistake, you are aware of it and you will lose that encounter. And it's not that I think games should be the kind where you can beat them at level 1 if you're good, because I know you can do that in Dark Souls too, but all the same, you can go into an area underleveled and not know that you're underleveled. Maybe you'll recognize it later on, but you are entirely capable of getting through any encounter and being perfectly fine for it. But it depends on the player's skill. And I don't mean that in a Dark Souls way. I mean, if you are not putting in your best effort, if you are not trying to get better at the game while you play it, you're going to lose.
The wounded need medicine, cousin. The mixture called IR.
Yeah, I've got them for you. Here's some bright.
Ah, brought the rest of them, have you? My thanks, cousin. All that remains is to find some moon glow.
I have some moon glow. Here you go.
The wounded need the IR.
Yep, here you go. Moon glow.
Aye, that's the one. You found it. Moonglow has grown rare in these parts of late.
Oh, cool. So we just contributed to the
Good.
extinction of a plant
That's
species.
the both of them. In truth, I am surprised to see them got so quickly.
It's been 2 days.
I'll get to work directly. With luck, we'll have everyone back to health ere long. 'Tis your doing, cousin. I fear there's little I can offer you in thanks. Save this. Pray, take it. Now to make some medicine.
Could have stopped talking a little bit earlier. Alright, so we've delivered flowers, we've killed rabbits. What other quests do we have? This is our main one. Here's the slay 7 mice and defeat 10 bandits. We're not going to see bandits for a while. Thank goodness. Bandits are especially dangerous. Again, not weak enemies. Take them seriously, for your sake. I should also clarify that I have tried many times to play the Souls games. There is a, I did a live stream with my brother-in-law where he was trying to teach me how to play the game. And I got a fairly decent length into it, even though it was probably my second time playing. And I do kind of enjoy it, but at the same time I don't enjoy it because it is very punishing if you don't play the way that the game wants you to play. And that kind of style is not how I play games. That is the problem for me. I don't want to play games in such a slow and deliberate manner like that. I want to have fun while I'm playing games, and that is just not fun for me. I want to be a little crazy sometimes. I want to try out new things without there being a huge risk of death. In this game, you can try out new things whenever you want to, whether it's against rabbits, goblins, chimeras, or even some of the other bosses we'll find out later. But if you keep on trying that stuff and you're stupid about it, you're going to get killed. So don't do it. Give me this chest. I just appreciate this game for letting the player be a player of the game and not just trying to get through the game, not trying to just beat the game. I understand that for a lot of people, games are something you want to beat. You want to have that one more mark in your victory, whatever. I forget what it's called. Another mark on your tally sheet of the games that you've completed. But for me, I want to play games. I want to have fun with them. And sometimes the fun of them is the challenge in the game. And this game is very challenging. Take it seriously. Go into combat preparing for it to be combat. You're going to level up to the point where even the low-level stuff aren't going to be a risk for you, but they still can have some risks to them. They can still have inconvenience. Dragon's Dogma takes itself seriously, and if you take it seriously too, you'll have a very good experience with it. Anyway, that's kind of the thing that's been building up inside of me for years that I've been wanting to say. The difficulty in Dragon's Dogma is respectable, and I love it a lot. But next episode, we'll go into the encampment, and we will be investigating some fun new stuff going forward. I will see you then. Y'all take care of yourselves.